Oh, hello.
I can't hear. Need to fall back. Anything! Oh! Oh! Oh!
Hello there people, my name is Shadow and we are here again in Starfield. In the last episode we went and ran a Red Mile. That was a bit more difficult than I actually expected to do. We went to carry on doing the 3-Star Collective questline and it turned out that my ship was too weak to deal with the ships at the system. I forgot the name of the system's name. It is Victorious 2. So between last episode and this episode, I have literally just gone around and like upgraded my gear, so my spacesuit, my weapons, and I have upgraded the ship. I've tried to upgrade what weapons I could. The ship is now longer. It now has a better reactor, better grav drive, better engines, better shield. So hopefully this should be able to keep us going. But what we are doing today is we are going to do delivering devils and continuing with the United Colonies faction quest. So we have to go to Mars. Here we are in Sidonia. Let's get inside and speak to Percival.
Anyone actually enjoys living
Yeah,
here?
who is it?
simply
It's not
cannot.
you, it is this dude around here. Of course it is this dickhead.
Invoices can be collected from the... Oh. Not here for a delivery, are you?
Nope. I was told a man named Walker works here.
Worked. Past tense. Dr. Walker hasn't been employed here for some time now. A shame, too. We had such high hopes for Percival. I brought him on myself to do medical and biological consulting around the city. Not the sort of work the Trade Authority traditionally does. But we thought it had the potential to become a whole new type of revenue stream for our branch. I invested no small amount of personal capital into the endeavor. But then he decided to run off after a discipline issue. I presume the miners have him hidden somewhere. Plenty of cracks on this old rock. But at this point, it's probably for the best.
I can try and track him down for you.
That won't be necessary. The Trade Authority isn't interested in employing someone so unreliable. But we would like the money he owes us. If you can convince him to pay his debts, we'd be most grateful.
Just this one time? I am all too aware that once one starts doing favors for the Trade Authority, it can be difficult to stop.
I'm not your bill collector. I just need to know where to find him.
Yes, not everything needs to be a transaction.
Pity. Perhaps a little advance on my part might pique your interest. Visit the Sixth Circle, a bar on the lowest level of the city. If someone in Sidonia knows where Percival is, you'll find them there.
Alright then. Down to the Sixth Circle.
Citizens are advised to take caution near the military outpost on the city's outskirts due to frequent live fire.
You can either take the elevator or the
It is
express
also advised
elevator.
to use only approved ship landing pads, as the UC Marines are not responsible for hull damage caused by stray munitions.
Hello.
Broken spear's
Just steal this
upstairs.
off and make
Go
it
drown
pretty.
yourself there.
Also rather visually
This bar's for
pleasing.
Devil's vets and their kin.
Easy now. I'm a Vanguard. Heard you might know where Percival Walker is.
Doc Walker? Well, you're barking up the wrong...
Andy, you. Why don't you come here and tell me what some Vanguard captain wants with Walker? Stray topsider wanders into my bar asking after a man like Percival Walker. Raises questions. What do you want with him?
That is another voice I recognize. I cannot remember who it is though. I'm an official Vanguard business. I need him to look at something.
Is that so? Well, Captain, then you should have no problem answering a few simple questions about the Vanguard, right? Like knowing, for example, what Supra et Ultra means. You remember? Your Vanguard motto?
Above and beyond.
I see. And tell me, what grade was it you got on your entrance exam? A? C? D+?
The Vanguard entrance exam isn't graded like that.
That is right. All right, Captain. Maybe you are who you say you are. But look, even if I decided I was going to help you get in contact with Dr. Walker, Percival made himself scarce for a reason. His debt to the Trade Authority. But if someone resolved that debt, well, Percival wouldn't have to hide anymore. Can bet that person would make a friend out of Percival, and the rest of us devils. And I'm always inclined to help a friend.
Well, it turns out we are going to end up being a bloody debt collector then, innit? I'll see if I can get rid of his debt.
That's good to hear. Now, you want my opinion? Most straightforward way to take care of this debt would be to just saunter up to the authority and pay him direct, if you've got credits to throw away. Of course, rumor is the Trade Authority keeps all their records and collections files on a central server inside their storeroom. If someone was to break in there and adjust Percival's debt to something a little more reasonable, say a few hundred credits, I'd be happy to cover the costs. And one soldier to another. Sidonia's full of old utility tunnels and crawl spaces. Wouldn't be surprised if there was one that let out right into the authority storeroom. Say, with an entrance behind the bar at the Broken Spear. Ooh, and you might need these. Now, what say you get out there and help Dr. Walker?
And how about I turn around and say to you, 1, thanks for the 3 digipicks, and 2, I am not going to be doing any of what you just said. You're speaking to this dude.
Heard you talking with Lou, so you're going to help Dr. Walker?
I'm going to try.
Oh, good. Percival's a good guy. Listen, I know how you can do it without having to resort to any B&E. Aqueous hematite. Mars is full of it. People think it's just garbage, but Percival and I, we've been working on some projects in the deep mines. At least when he wasn't slaving away at his Trade Authority contract. But we stumbled on a way to make it useful and profitable. You give our research over to Octai at the Trade Authority, it should more than cover Percival's debt. That guy's always looking for an angle.
I presume there's a reason you haven't handed it over already.
Well, yeah. We were never able to finish the research. Spacers moved in and ran us out. Started setting up shop.
Oh, I know what comes next.
But if you can clear them out, I can walk you through how to finish the research. Then you can give it over to the Trade Authority. They'll get folks working in the deep mines again. Jobs come back, I become a modern-day folk hero. Then I don't have to sleep on an inflated spacesuit anymore.
Awful lot of work to avoid buying a pillow, but sure, I help.
Great. So access to the deep mines can be found outside the city. It's not far, shouldn't even need to hop back in your ship. We'd set up right near the main drill. Taking out the spacer leader should get the message across to the rest of them to buzz off. Once you've managed that, phone up here on the comms panel, and I can walk you through finishing the research.
Awesome, and that is what we'll be doing. He says that you don't have to jump back into your ship, and it's not far, but it is about a 5-10 minute run. But, Andresia, you love speaking through rules. What the Can you calm down? Thank you. As I was literally about to say, everyone's heard about my old ball and chain, but you, I'm going to call you my brick wall, because every single time you talk, You seem to be turning into a brick wall. Anyway, let us get on with it.
Center on P1 is
Right, and then from here we have to go all the way over to the deep mines, which it is actually not going to tell me how far away it is. So, I will spend the next most likely 5 minutes running all the way over there. 1,000 meters. So, I shall see you when we are over at the mines. And here we are at the abandoned mine. Can I not zoom in? No, I do not have that point into scanner. Right, let us get down there and deal with all these spaces that have taken over the mine.
damn it.
Hi! I want to know what the hell you're using.
Did you hear
Oh, you're
something?
using an Orion. You sounded like an old kid's toy then. Alright, loot these bodies. Get inside.
I smell credits.
I smell death. Ooh, hello. Let us use... See if I can get this thing to do some damage. Not as much as I wanted it to.
Apparently, when freezing to death, one may experience a warm, cozy feeling. I would prefer not to verify that firsthand.
Yeah, and this guy catching fire makes no sense. There's no atmosphere.
You will pay.
Frick. Making me chase you all this fucking way. Burn, bitch. I said burn. You deserve that. Alright, let us get inside, shall we? That is a very good point, Andrew. Just turn my light on. Hello? Anyone home? Yeah. Got a hell of a mining operation going on down there. So. Drum beat.
You won't get me, though.
You were saying?
Wall out.
Right, there you are. Yeah, because that makes sense. Yeah, so that should just
Take your best shot.
move up there. Pop a heart.
My eyes! Damn it! Get out of here. Open
Shadow,
up,
concentrate on killing the enemies or looting them, for fuck's sake.
You're not taking me out!
Have one of them.
You're not.
Just fight. Frick. Treasure, you gonna deal with that one? No?
Always worth checking.
Where is this prick? You locked yourself in there. No, you're there.
There you are.
Haha. Oh. They came to find me, did you? Wow. You can die. It's money by the end of the day. Get moving.
Show your face around here again? Huh?
Have a grenade. Big explosion. You dead? Yeah. You're not dead.
Big mistake.
Probably, but wouldn't be the first one I've made. The hell are you? No, that's Andresia.
You cannot beat me.
The fuck? Oh, look at that, all running away. Have one of them.
Die already!
Right, thanks to you three, I've got to go back and loot everything again now. Hello there. I'm carrying too much. Where's Andresia? Fuck's sake. A lot of this aqueous hematite, I will be mining all of this because we will need it. First,
You picked the wrong fight!
that did fuck me. Oh, hello.
I can't hear. Need to fall back. Anything! Oh! Oh! Oh!
Ah. Yeah, dead. Anything good? Probably. Maybe? I don't know. Where is the others? Yeah.
My eyes!
Hard to believe anyone found this to be a profitable exercise. Clearly it did not remain so.
Yeah, I'm guessing so as well. Right. Get down into here. Speak to Deckhead.
Hello?
Hello.
Took care of the spacers, huh? Oh, good. Now to finish off the research, you're gonna need to collect a sample of hematite to run through the thresher. Grab a laser cutter and head back to the chamber where you came in. Once you've got a sample, thresher's the big machine in the next room. Passcode to start it is Ares 2330. Take care of all that, and we'll have Percival's name cleared in no time.
Alright. Yeah, I've got to run all the way around, I think. I think that is all that you can get from down there. So, let's head all the... Oh, there is more. Thank you. Because it'd be a good idea to keep hold of some of this stuff, because this recipe you can actually make yourself. So, deposit. Put everything whilst I'm waiting. Thank you. What the hell did you just kick? All of that. Alright, it's
All
done.
set? Good. You can take the elevator in that room back to the surface. There should be a key stashed in the thresher room if the spacers didn't make off with it.
Yep, right there.
Waiting in the circle.
Ooh. Explosive suppressed shotty. Nice.
Crime's at an all-time low around civilians.
Ah, an accident happened whilst I was out. Yo!
You've got the slate. Let me see. Reduced joint wear? Oh, increased lifting capacity. A dose of this stuff could make a miner way more efficient. This formula's gotta be worth at least as much as whatever Percival owes. Okay, so here's what you do. Tell Octai and the Trade Authority you found a business proposal that will make miners more efficient, higher yield, synergy, you know, all that business crap. And that you'll trade it to him for clearing Percival's debt. You good at doing pitches and stuff like that?
Not particularly, but I can give it a whirl.
Oh, this is gonna be great. Oh, and here, a copy of the formula for yourself, in case you ever want to try maximizing your own industrial output. Oh, use that if you can. Good luck.
Oh yeah.
Was there something else?
Well, I've got a business proposal for you. It's a bit of a lucrative one if you're interested.
I'm never one to turn away an opportunity, but I'd be curious what you think you've uncovered in the Martian market that others have missed.
A chem made from aqueous hematite. I call it pick-me-up.
Aqueous hematite, iron and wastewater. Well, I'm not surprised no one has proposed something like this before.
And exactly what does this new drug of yours do?
Makes your miners more efficient. I've got the data here to prove it.
An interesting proposal, if your data pans out. But where's this hematite coming from? The active mines would be too expensive to retool. The deep mines could be an option, but they're full of spacers. Or so I've heard.
I already cleared them out. Won't cost you a credit to get started.
Well now, that is intriguing. A completely untapped resource pool, and the sort of utility every mining firm in Sidonia would be clamoring to get their hands on. We could contract out all the actual lab work, bring on one of the hungrier mining concerns for materials, the licensing fees alone. And think what it would do for our image with the general populace. This mine, reopened thanks to the Martian Trade Authority. Very interesting indeed. And what do you want for the rights to this drug?
I want you to clear Percival's debt.
Dr. Walker's dead? That's it? Consider it wiped.
Well, it seems we have a deal then. And here, a finder's fee from the Authority. A perfectly reasonable amount for a discovery with this sort of potential. Wouldn't want you feeling shortchanged down the road. We'll just be taking that slate before you have any second thoughts. It was a pleasure doing business with you.
Oh, that's alright, mate, because yeah, you can produce it for your miners, but I can produce it for myself and sell it to everyone.
I wish there was more to do around.
Also, after you complete this quest, you can actually start finding it in shops anyway, so... Hello?
Yeah?
Took care of Percival's debt for the Trade Authority.
Did you now? Fine work. My end of the bargain then, I suppose. He's holed up in the old Red Devil's HQ. Place was sealed up tight after the UC shuttered our unit, but we snuck him in the back entrance through the deep mines. Was also going to warn you about spacers down there. But it sounds like you might have already tossed those dregs. Here, the passkey. And I'll let him know there's someone he owes one hell of a thank you on their way down.
Thank you. I swear that dude's voice is... I can hear the voice in Skyrim. I think it might be one of the guards. On the Imperial side. I can't remember. But he's got a very distinct voice. The same as the person who voices Ron Hope. Imperial City Guards. But we are now going off back to the bloody mine that we just left. Can we not fast travel from here? No. And we're gonna go and find Percival, who is locked up or hidden away himself in the old Red Devil's HQ. Hopefully I can pick up some more of the bloody aqueous hematite for myself as well. Right, yeah, I gotta go all the way down to the end of the bored tunnel. Any more of this hematite around? Probably not. It's weird that, like, doors and everything going through, and that's a, yeah, that is a tunnel bore. Any aqueous hematite down here? Can't remember if there was or not. There we go. Mine all of this. There it is, the old Red Devil's HQ. Let's get on down to it.
So you must be the one who got me out of the red with the trade authority.
Yep.
Can't say I don't appreciate it, but I doubt you came all this way just to do me a favor. Now you want to explain to me why you're going around harassing nefarious old men by wiping away their hard-earned debts?
I'm here to make a delivery for an old colleague of yours, Hadrian Sannon.
Adrian sent you. Did she look okay?
She's alive, but was injured trying to collect this delivery I've got for you.
Sounds like Adrian. Watch that woman lose a digit trying to get a better tissue sample.
What? You can reattach a finger, Percy.
So what exactly did she have you bring me?
Terramorph cells from a world too young to have one.
Adrian said that, huh? If she made you come all the way for this... Let's get inside. I need to see these cells.
After you.
Gonna ask you to not touch anything. Got some projects in the works down here. I wasn't expecting guests.
Okie dokie.
Oh, and Lou mentioned how you took care of the debt. Can't say I'm thrilled the Trade Authority got their mitts on the research, but I guess that's the price you pay not to live in a cave the rest of your days.
Yep. I am not even going to comment on that.
All queued up. Let's gaze into this abyss, shall we? All right, just get those cellular markers tagged. Wait, where are the markers? This can't be right. This sample, it's Londinian. I'll need to get this all in a slate. Adrian really gave you this sample. You're not lying to me? Because if you told me this was a hoax, and it'd be the best damn fake I've ever seen, I'd be mad and very, very relieved.
The sample's not fake. Collected from the Terramorph myself.
Can't just humor an old man, huh? This sample, it's got all the indicators of the worst Terramorph attack in human history. I presume you've heard of Londinian.
Everyone knows about the Londinian Terramorph attacks. There were vigils for weeks afterwards.
And for good reason. The swarms are so bad, they had to blow the spaceport and seal the place off from the galaxy at large. Not a lot of samples made it off the world from the time of the attack, but the ones that did, well, they look just like this one. I didn't detect any of the telltale signatures this specimen ever sat on a ship while it was alive, either. I don't think it was transported to Tal Ceti. This specimen, it grew there, faster than any Terramorph should. Which means, if we're about to start a new era in human-Terramorph relations, where big, sudden Londinian-style attacks can happen outside Londinian, that's not gonna end well for humanity.
The chances for survival, let alone maintaining any kind of functioning society, would be slim indeed.
So, you lugged this bad omen all the way here. You want to tell me what your plans are for it now?
Orders are to take you and that analysis to Hadrian. She should be waiting at the 6th circle.
The circle, huh? Could use a drink about now. Here, faster if we take the lift to the surface. Not supposed to use it, but given the circumstances, I'm inclined to just ask forgiveness. Let's get going.
Let's.
That really hurt. Adrian.
Percival. My God, look at you. You're an old man now.
You're no hassling yourself anymore, Major. Our friend here showed me your sample. Suffice it to say...
Not here. Let's talk somewhere more private. Lou said we could use the back.
The red eyes are some badge of honor, I take it?
Lou gave me the abridged version of what went down. Yeah, I can't thank you enough for taking care of all that.
Makes two of us.
I hope it ultimately didn't end up being too much trouble.
Little more gunfire than I usually like on my delivery jobs, but nothing I couldn't manage.
That's certainly not what I was expecting you'd have to go through. But thank you. I'm just glad you both came through intact. So, were you two able to get that workup together?
Got it right here. That sample? It's an exact match for the ones from Londinian.
Londinian. That's exactly what I was afraid of.
Not thrilled to be the bearer of that kind of news. That's for damn sure. So tell me you've got some kind of plan for that workup.
Well, right now, we've got more questions than answers. So I've been trying to figure out what it's gonna take to access our old Terramorph data.
Good place to start. What'd you find?
It's in the archives.
The Armistice Archives? Doesn't that mean we'd be dealing with the Cabinet? And the Freestar Collective? And House Varun somehow? Guess we can kiss that approach goodbye.
I didn't think the Cabinet would be willing to hear us out either. But I called in some favors. They've agreed to hear us out on 2 conditions. 1, they want to see this analysis you two have procured. And 2, they want to discuss what happened on Tau Ceti. With both of us.
Only ever heard about the cabinet in civics class. Never expected I'd get to talk to them.
It can be a daunting experience. Which is why I wanted to make sure, before you agreed to anything, we gave you the whole truth. Percival and I, we're not just researchers. We were military scientists, ran a division of the UC together that deployed aliens on the battlefield as weapons.
Place I was hiding out. That was our unit's home base.
After some early fits and starts at other facilities, the place eventually became the heart of UC xeno-warfare. A practice that's been banned ever since the armistice went into effect almost 20 years ago. And the UC military cut us loose for what we'd done.
Still doesn't explain what this Terramorph data is doing in the archives.
Well, it was during that assignment that the UC asked us to explore deploying Terramorphs on the battlefield. The project never got off the ground, but the data our team gathered is now sitting in the archives, along with all the other information banned after the Colony War. Under the watchful eye of monitors from all the galactic factions still participating in regular politics. But if we can convince the Cabinet to help us access that data, it'll give us the tools we need to decipher what exactly this sample might mean. And hopefully, how to prevent more attacks like the one that spawned it.
Okay. Let's go talk to the Cabinet.
All right. I'm gonna go get this work up into the Cabinet's hands. I'll meet you out front of Mast in New Atlantis.
Sounds
good
good.
luck. You two are gonna need it.
Thank you. Right. Let us head back to New Atlantis.
Captain! Over here!
Hello.
The workup's in the Cabinet's hands. They said they'll call for us once they've gotten to properly review it. But listen, I know I should have been more forthcoming about who I was earlier. So, in the interest of full disclosure, there's one more thing you ought to know before we head up there. My relationship with the UC. It's more complicated than it might seem at first glance. The UC's actually the only reason I'm here in the first place. I am a clone of a man named Francois Sanon, one-time fleet admiral of the UC during the Colony War, former head of the UC Navy. They called him Ve Victus, woe to the defeated, in Old Earth Latin, a title he earned. The program I was a part of, it was the UC's attempt to create a new generation of military minds from one of their most respected tacticians. Secure the leadership of the UC military for generations to come.
I'm more interested in what this has to do with us addressing the cabinet.
I'm getting there. The man I was cloned from, my father, was executed for acts he committed during the war. The man caused a lot of death on both sides. Freestar Collective and UC. Military and civilians. And the things he did, well, they're a part of the reason the UC and Freestar Collective aren't really on great terms to this day. So my involvement, it could be another obstacle they throw at us up there. I just wanted you to be forewarned.
You're not your father. If the cabinet doesn't see that, it's their problem, not yours.
I really appreciate you saying that. I just thought you deserved to know, considering how much you've done already. You know, while we've got a second, was there anything else we needed to discuss? I know you got dropped into the middle of this pretty fast. Or, if you've got any last-minute business to attend to, now might be a good time. No telling how long the cabinet's gonna keep us waiting out here.
Yeah, I don't really have any questions.
Then I guess it's just a matter of...
The cabinet meeting is about to begin. All parties, please proceed to the cabinet chambers.
Sounds like our cue. Here we go.
Okay.
Ah, welcome. You must be the captain Hadrian mentioned in her report.
Yes, ma'am.
You have our thanks for the risks you faced in securing this information.
Hadrian made it clear that addressing this issue required the utmost urgency.
Oh, I'm sure she did.
Yes, well, precisely how urgent is what I hope we'll determine here today. So now, we have two petitioners here making a surprising request. Access to the UC Xeno Warfare Team's Terramorph data, currently housed in the Armistice archives. A request which will require not just this body's agreement, but that of all three Armistice signatories: UC, Freestar Collective, and House Varun. Now, Captain, we've all read Hadrian's report on the subject, but we have yet to hear from you. Perhaps you could summarize for the Cabinet what it is you see as the goal of this endeavor.
We're still trying to figure out what we're facing. We can't make an informed decision without data.
That is something to consider. Though we also have to take into account the nature of the data you require.
Madam President, I object to the very premise of this meeting. While no one would argue that what happened on Tau Ceti was anything less than a tragedy, Terramorph attacks are not some sudden new threat on the horizon. They've been happening for generations. To demand we hand over banned archival knowledge and possibly upset the balance of galactic diplomacy because of a single attack seems at best panic. And at worst, a power grab by the daughter of a bloodthirsty warmonger and her associates.
I would remind the chief diplomat who he's speaking to. If it's my father you're looking to address, you're welcome to consult a medium. I would also ask, how many deaths the Cabinet requires to act? 50? 50,000? Because if tragedies like Tau Ceti are just prelude to more attacks, I have no doubt you'll get the body count you require.
Let's keep this civil, shall we? And while there should be no doubt the preservation of life stands paramount among this body's duties, Chief Yassine has a point. Will a single attack, however troubling, be sufficient to convince the other factions to grant us access to what they no doubt consider weapon data? I don't think it's enough. Perhaps you can help, Captain. As the one who actually collected the sample in question, did this terramorph seem at all alarming to you?
It wiped out a colony that never saw it coming. That's pretty alarming.
That is worth considering. This attack took place on an almost completely uninhabited world. The casualties were minimal as a result. But if there's another attack, will we be so lucky?
Yes, a fine point, Admiral. So then, Captain, given the discussion now and the information you've been privy to thus far, if you were in our position, would you grant the request made to open the archives?
If there's a chance what happened on Tau Ceti could happen anywhere, we need to grant the request.
Whatever risks exist, they are outweighed by this imminent threat. I agree. The request should be granted.
I'm inclined to agree.
As am I.
I suppose that does get to the heart of the point, doesn't it? Very well. I consent. The galaxy was lucky you were here today, Captain.
You and I are in agreement, Chief Diplomat. So, if there are no other objections, I believe we can agree to give our full backing to make the request to... What was that?
Attention.
If you are free soon,
An incident has occurred.
could we talk?
Facility lockdown engaged.
Incident? Chief Sarkin, what's happening?
There's been an attack at the spaceport. Terramorphs.
Terramorphs. More attacks. Just as predicted.
Good God.
There must be another explanation. The creatures evaded our scanner somehow.
There will be plenty of time for conjecture later. Chief Sarkin, order the evacuation of the spaceport and have your men contain the things, but do it discreetly. The last thing we need is a citywide panic.
Yes, ma'am.
Admiral Logan, the local barracks can provide support?
I'll make the order myself. Nearest anti-Xeno squad, though, is off-world. Going to take a while to bring them in.
Well then, we'll have to make do with the tools we've got. You two, we can't risk those things getting out of the spaceport. I want you both on the next train there. We'll let them know you're coming and that you've dealt with these things before. Now go show them how it's done.
We're on it, ma'am. Captain, I'm right behind you.
You!
Nope.
The EM rifle, grab it!
That's it.
Yep, I got it.
Hit him.
Where is it?
With everything you've got. Stop! We're trying to help you!
I can't stop!
All of them? Good.
Thank you for what you did. We didn't want to hurt them.
The way those people were acting, I've seen this before. They were under the Terramorph's influence, weren't they?
I don't know. They were down at the port and they just started screaming. We tried to restrain them, get them on the train to get them out of harm's way, but some of the other officers down there, we couldn't restrain them fast enough. They just started firing on us. People we knew. They went berserk.
Pheromonic projection. Some terramorphs, they can induce this fog. It affects everyone differently, but some people just lose control, turn against everyone around them, even if they don't want to. They're like a puppet. You kill the morph, you break the hold. But this means we're gonna need to be real careful with our fire. And keep that EM weapon at the ready.
Alright, well, we should have went moving down to the spaceport before having this fucking conversation because we just wasted time. Well, it sounds like we need to hustle.
Let's do it.
That's unlocked. Please, do what you can to help them.
Yep. Straight on down and kill some Terrormorphs.
All citizens are required to proceed to the nearest shelter.
Where is it?
Back up! Don't just stand
There it is. Reload it. Jesus Christ.
You will be. Captain! You're going to be okay! It's not real! Whatever you're experiencing right now, it's not real! We have to put down that force!
Fucking thing, die.
You've lost! You're never gonna win! They always win! We make one work of them, huh?
Jesus fucking Christ. I used way more ammo than I thought it would.
Wait, officer? Are you and this woman experts? Take whatever we can get right now. We've got the remaining creatures locked down on the landing pad, but we're barely holding our perimeter. They said you've done this before, huh? Well, got one fire team to spare and whatever supplies you need, but I can't risk them taking over any more of my men. Put those things down and do it fast. We'll hold them as best we can.
Okay. Grab the fire team.
Heard you might be looking for some backup. You say the word, we're out there on your 6.
You two have any experience with Terrormorphs before?
Only the brief they just gave on the way here, but we know how to handle pressure.
Surviving a full-on mental assault isn't the same as keeping your cool in a firefight. Might make you more liability than asset.
We're not UC security. You don't need to worry about us.
I want you watching our backs.
Roger that. We're on you. Someone wants to take us on.
I take it more guns. Dealing with these bloody things. Aha! Who's that? One down and a level up. Beautiful. Let's go get the last one dealt with. Oh, hello there. Where is everyone? Wait, you just ran at a Terramorph with an axe. What did you expect was gonna fucking happen? Let me reload, Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah, it is useless. Well, it's dead. Ah, the leader died.
Go tell the sergeant what happened.
What an idiot.
The rest of the city is safe, thanks to us. You deserve whatever accolades you have coming.
Thank you. Let's go check to see if anyone else died. Nope, it appears that only the fire team leader was the one who got killed.
Thank the heavens you're back in one piece. I guess our people weren't so lucky.
Their sacrifice wasn't in vain. The city's safe now.
The few protecting the many.
And it would have been plenty more if it hadn't been for the two of you. The city owes you both a debt after this.
We were just in the right place at the right time.
Captain, we should report back to the President. Let her know the Terramorphs have been dealt with. Take care of yourself, Sergeant.
Yep, let's head on back up to mast.
How the hell do Terramorphs get into the city like that?
That's a relief to hear. Thank you, gentlemen. Let your people all know how much we owe them today.
Yes, ma'am.
Ah, there you are. I believe we have some things we should discuss.
Heroes were minted,
Captain?
That spaceport.
Hadrian?
And that includes you.
It would appear that the Cabinet owes you our thanks for what you did for the city today, as well as an apology. Your concerns about the Terramorphs, well, consider them validated.
Thank you, ma'am.
Agreed. Thank you.
Of course. I only wish we could have acted sooner. Now, today's events have only clarified our path forward in the eyes of the Cabinet. You will have our full support in collecting the Terramorph data from the archives, as well as a subsequent investigation into the nature of these attacks. But to accomplish those goals, we're going to need the right people in the right places. As such, the Cabinet has authorized me to reinstate you, Hadrian, effective immediately, to your former rank of Major. As soon as we've got the data in hand, we want you investigating these attacks and how to stop them. Will you do this?
Yes. Yes, ma'am. I'd be honored.
Excellent. But as you've both made clear, for such an investigation to succeed, first, we're going to need someone to convince the Freestar Collective and House Varun to play ball. Someone who knows precisely the sorts of dangers the colonies and all the galaxy are facing right now. The Cabinet wants you, Captain, to be that representative.
If you're sure that's the wisest course of action.
We do. In exchange, we're willing to fast-track your citizenship upon collection of the data. So, will you help us?
You can count on me, ma'am.
I'm glad to hear it. Now, we, of course, won't be sending you in without the proper support. Deputy McIntyre in the Office of Interstellar Affairs will be your guide on gaining access to the archives. You should be able to find her in her office across the hall. And on behalf of the whole of the United Colonies, you have our thanks. We're dismissed.
Those creatures.
Alright, anyway people, I am going to leave it there for today. In the next episode, we will be carrying on with this quest line to open up the archives. This is going to be the only video that I'm going to be posting for today. I have a few things that I need doing, but hopefully tomorrow, starting Monday, there will be another 2 episodes that will be getting released. So obviously that will be the opening the archives and then whatever needs to be doing after that. Anyway people, thank you for joining me. My name has been Shadow, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the day, rest of your evening, wherever you are in the world, and I shall catch you in the next one. Bye bye.